is Jake Poore. I am President and Chief Experience Officer of Integrated Loyalty Systems.
Hey, it's Jake Poore. I was thinking of you today. I was watching this YouTube video.
Hi, it's Jake Poore with Integrated Loyalty Systems with another lesson or tip of the week from my book, 99 Lessons, Learn from Disney to Improve the Patient Experience.
Jake Poore spent nearly 2 decades at Walt Disney, helping recruit and train and align and retain nearly 65,000 team members that were centered around one purpose: creating a magical customer experience, not transactions for the masses. He was instrumental in developing the Disney Institute, and then in 2001, he set out to become founder and president of ILS, Integrated Loyalty Systems, which is a firm that works with organizations to build a platform of culture and alignment to drive customer experience. We are in for a treat today in hearing from Jake. Please join me in welcoming Jake Poore.
Kind of a joke one day, I was talking to someone at ACHE Congress 2 years ago, and I said, you know, Fred Lee is a good friend of mine. He worked with us at Disney for a while. He was a hospital administrator. He went out and wrote a book at Disney Ran Your Hospital. And I said, what if hospitals ran Disney? What would that be like?
So we'll unpack it together, but let's watch it now, and then I'll break it down by scene and kind of give you the art and science of Disney. Okay? Here we go.
We've got to think show business. We've got to think the ideal patient experience, and we've got to start looking through the lens of the patient.
Here's some of the things we can do differently. Right now, you're doing it. You're looking outside yourself at another industry to look back at yourself.
Fine? Is that what you want to get as your first impression in an organization?
Our backstage is constantly creeping on stage. We're having private conversations in public spaces. Why?
We've lost compassion. People are widgets. People are throughput. People are FTEs or DRGs, or they're a hip in room 103. We've lost that human aspect. So my mission for the rest of my life is to share the blueprints that made Disney Disney, but adapting them to healthcare.
What if you train these people and they leave? And he said, remarkably, what if we don't train them and they stay?
What is good show? Things that add value to the experience. What is bad show? Anything that detracts or distracts away from the ideal guest or patient experience. I want to give you a baseline of both the art and the science of Disney so you have a platform to compare it to.
If we always do what we've always done, we'll always get what we've always gotten. What's that sound like? Definition of insanity, right? If we always think the way we always thought, we'll always do what we've always done.
Is she making a difference? Yeah, did you hear what her manager said happens when she goes on vacation or calls in sick? What do the actual patients and members at Casa Permanente do? They actually call the department and say, where's Edie? We miss her. Why do we do that? Because you just learned the best tool that we can teach you in all of orientation, which is human business human.
And if I trust you, you're not just a vendor or a store or a university or a law firm. You're my store, my university, my law firm, my hospital.
What's going to sharpen our blade? What do we need to do as leaders to alleviate burnout and build up more resilience? Well, there's many things, and we've heard them over the last 2 days, but here are some big ones.
A seasoned nurse takes 8 months to find a seasoned nurse, and it costs us $64,500. If he or she leaves within the first 90 days, you just lost $64,500.
Why do we even call them employees? That's fine. Associates, meh. My favorite, why do we call them staff? Calling someone a staff in healthcare, isn't that an infection? I know it's spelled differently, but why don't we just call you C. difficile or MRSA? One thing that you have in common with Disney is you're both emotionally charged. The question is, do you capture those positive emotional charges and build it into who you are infrastructurally? And also, do you identify the anxiety and the fear and the trepidation emotional charges and make sure that it's woven into our playbook? Can we create extreme onboarding? Can we create a culture so solid and so fun that we can actually change our culture by wowing and empowering new hires that influence our existing workforce? If your department ran the same department at Disney, how would Disney experience be different? everybody can make a difference, and everybody can influence each other. So that's a culture of we. That's a culture of always.
That's that extra inch. We're not looking for extra miles, we're looking for extra inches.
Walt Disney said about the physical setting, you can't change people, but if you change the environment that people are in, they will change. I firmly believe that. So now it's up to us to, number one, we can't change other people. We got to lead by example. 2, give them the tools and start a conversation. And 3, get out of their way. Because when you start this fire, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing.